Good afternoon and a very warm welcome. I am Arooba Amjad from Department of Psychology, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, University of Central Punjab. I'm pleased to share that the Department of Psychology is organizing an international conference on mental health, human dignity, and climate change. As we all know that climate change is impacting the mental health in the form of depression, trauma, and anxiety. And this impact is disproportionate across the marginalized populations. So for having this discussion today, we are having three distinguished guests with us. Dr. Evelin Linder, thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Beate, thank you ma'am for joining us. Dr. Kalam Azad, a very warm welcome and thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to introduce them briefly before we start our discussion. Dr. Evelin Linder is a founder of Human Dignity and Humiliation Studies. She has been nominated for Nobel Peace Prize as well. Dr. Beate Seibt is a professor of psychology from University of Oslo. Her research areas include a research on kama muta and a feeling of being moved by communal experiences. And our other guest today is Dr. Kalam Azad, who is an associate professor of general education from Manarat International University. He has a special training in peace and conflict from UN University of Peace. So we are going to start this discussion today. And I would like to know from Dr. Evelin that how did you come up with the term dignism? And what global challenges are hindering this development of dignism across countries?
Thank you so much for your question, and thank you so much for inviting us here. That is a great honor to be here for us. And thank you for this question. And as I already shared before, it took me many, many years to formulate what I mean by dignism. And I have to read it because every word is precious, and I'm afraid that I would mess it up if I didn't read it. So you allowed me to read it. So dignism for me describes a world where every being, human and non-human, finds space and is nurtured to unfold their highest potential within a social context of loving appreciation and connection. In this world, the planet's carrying capacity guides the ways in which all basic needs are met. It is a world of unity in diversity, where unity does not become oppressive, uniformity and diversity does not devolve into hostile division. Instead, everyone unites in respecting everyone's dignity while celebrating their diversity. And then you asked, what is standing in between? What is the challenge?
Yes.
And collective action dilemmas, political scientists know that, they stood in the way in the past. Today, they can be overcome through simultaneous global cooperation because we have all the technology and knowledge to do that. However, it needs global trust building to do that. And now it is humiliation that stands in the way most. So, for instance, your smog is the result of systemic humiliation, to my mind. And I personally try to contribute to overcoming that by apologizing to you. I personally apologize to you for that. Dignism means ending cycles of humiliation of the past and preventing new ones from emerging. It calls for loving care for the common good of all of humanity as co-inhabitants of one single finite habitat. Dignism seeks to integrate the most dignifying elements of all world traditions into systems that connect and protect the dignity of all living beings in the global village. And here you have wealth, you have knowledge, non-dualism. I ask everyone to Google that or to ask artificial intelligence. This is an amazing wealth that you have here. The philosophy of non-dualism. And then you said we can also give a message to everyone.
Yes, please.
So, and I learned, and you have to help me, a very, very lovely concept. It is Sir Bulan.
Yes.
It's greatness,
Yes.
and it's basically, it is dignity. So everyone, please manifest that in your lives and in your communities and globally. My most important call, think also globally. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Evelin, for this warm response. I would like to ask you, Dr. Beate, what inspired you to study about Kamamuta and how this can impact pro-environmental attitudes to mitigate the climate challenges?
Yes, thank you very much for this question and for the invitation to be here today. I'm very honored by this opportunity. So, the term Kamamuta, we came up with the concept of Kamamuta jointly with Alan Page Fiske and Thomas Schubert, and we developed the theory together, and we started 12 years ago. And have since refined the concept and studied the concept extensively. And I have a long-standing interest in climate change and how to mitigate climate change. And so I thought I'd bring the two concepts together and try to understand how Kamamuta, this feeling of feeling connected to other people, can help us build bridges and take perspectives of other people and propel us to action. And so I have one series of studies where I showed Westerners gave them an audio file of a woman who had been made homeless and lost her family in Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines in 2013. And she describes going through the ordeal and coming out a strong advocate of climate action. And we presented this to participants, and we found that when they were moved by this story, they were much more willing to take action about climate change. And an important message of this paper also is that there's not just personal action that you can take, there's also political action, and there is action where you share with other people what you are concerned about. So sharing on social media or telling it in your family, supporting policy changes that, for example, tax climate gases. These are all valuable actions that one can take about climate change, and we found that they closely align with each other. So people who are more willing to, for example, renounce on meat or renounce on an own car or fly less, they're also more willing to support these policy changes. And this can be driven by this Kamamuta experience where you actually feel connected to the destiny of somebody who is suffering already much more from the consequences, because the global challenge is that the big emitters are not the ones who suffer most from the consequences. It is countries in the global south. Pakistan is among those most affected, but also countries in sub-Saharan Africa are very affected, and there it impacts livelihood in a much more stronger degree than in Norway. But Norway is an oil-producing country, and so is also part of the whole global system that keeps expanding fossil fuels. So yeah, and I'm thinking a lot about this bridging the different levels. So I don't think personal action, just renouncing on eating meat by itself is enough. I think also political action and collective action is important on different levels. And I got very inspired by Elinor Ostrom's theory on how to overcome the tragedy of the commons. And she advocates for a polycentric approach and for enabling communities to set their own rules, enforce their own rules, find ways that are communally agreed for sanctioning the mistreatment of commons. And I think thinking along these lines, helping communities get together as a community, needs Kamamuta, needs an understanding of us as a community, but then is a very powerful tool to tackle things like the smog through also bottom-up action. People getting together saying, we are trying out renouncing on cars for a day and and feel the effects, and building up momentum that then can lead to policy changes on the top level. So I think both levels have to come together, and I try to help with emotional concepts like Kamamuta to help people build a positive vision of the future and see that it is possible, give a path through mutual learning and mutual regulation that also overcomes the powerlessness. There is no regulation from the top. We can do nothing. Yes, we can do something.
Yes. That's the message. That's the main message we need to get.
Yes.
Yes.
So my message to my audience is, yes, we can do something. Yes, we also need regulations from the top, but everyone can start in their own community by building that community and then taking action together with the community, and then building the bridge along the different centers of governance, from the self-organizing communities to the national laws and international laws.
Thank you so much, Dr. Beate, for such an insightful answer. And now I would like to discuss with Dr. Abul Kalam Azad that how peace and conflict training can help us in mitigating these mental health challenges and climate change challenges.
Thank you, sister. I'm really feel honored to be among with you, part of the discussion. And I found very friendly in Pakistan.
Thank
People
you so
are
much.
You're very, very nice. Alhamdulillah. So you asked me about the peace and conflict, how it can promote, mental health, mental peace, as well as the climate change.
Yes.
Actually, conflict is not choice. It is a part and parcel of human life. But violence is a choice. You can do the violence or you can keep yourself patience. And Allah the Almighty, actually, I will try to discuss in the Islamic point of view, because I have studied on Islamic studies also. So Allah the Almighty created human being to live in this earth peacefully. And He has created so many creations. And He has created this earth and sent us as a Khalifa, as a viceroy, to take care of this earth. But we people sometimes make discrimination among the people, humiliate each other with the black and white, and rich and poor, and east and west. So there are a lot of polarization and discrimination or humiliation we do by ourselves. But Allah the Almighty has created all the human beings from the same root. Kullukum min adamin wa adamu min turab. That you have created from Adam. And Adam has been made by soil. Soil do not make any discriminations. Your origin is same. Like the black people in Africa is my brother. In Australia, the white people in Australia, she is from Norway, she is my sister. So all over the world, the people are staying. They are my sister and brother. But for personal interest, for grievance, for greed, we make people discrimination among each other. And we fight each other. And we fight each other, as well as we are killing the innocent people and in the name of humanitarian help, we send medicine for you. There are $1 million in the world spending for making weapons, as well as there are many people in the world starving for food. This is the dilemma of the world. And who is creating? Human being is creating. I participated in a conference. A lady from US, she said, most of the problem in the creation of the world is the creation of the educated people. And many people asked how? Who is creating, who is making the atomic bomb? Are the uneducated people? Who is making huge weapons? And why it is creating the nuclear weapons and then missiles and other destructive weapons? Why is creating? To kill the bird? To kill the animal? Kill the human being. Being a human being, we are clean human being. How we become brutal? Allah the Almighty said in the Holy Quran, like the human being is the best one and they can be the worst one by their activities. Like there can be the worse than four-footed animal, because four-footed animal, they are not harming same community. Like tiger is not killing the tiger, an elephant is not killing the elephant, but being the human being, unfortunately, we are killing ourselves. We are hurting ourselves. We are exploiting other selves. Who are the powerful, they are exploiting the less powerful people. Who are in the power, they are exploiting the poor people. We think they are exploiting the poor people, they are becoming rich. This is very unfortunate. That's why the conflict is creating in the society. We are making a lot of discrimination in the society. We were not distributing wealth. The world is a small world. Be American, be Australian, be born in Bangladesh, we should not discriminate. We have to a small world. We are people of the small world. In the globalization, it teaches us that we are global citizen. Not I am Bangladesh. We are the global citizen. Allah the Almighty sent me in Bangladesh. I am not responsible for this. I could born in America. I born in Australia. Who is controlling over it? Allah the Almighty sent in different places. It is the beauty of the world. If all the people are become Norwegian, all the people are becoming Germany, no beauty in here. But being a Pakistani, being a Bangladeshi, being an Indian, being an Australian, being an African, it is the beauty of the world. But unfortunately, we people are making problem. We people are creating conflict. And you say that about the environment. Yes. Allah the Almighty has created this beautiful world. But who is polluting? Angels? Animals? Who is polluting the world? Who is polluting the air? We people are polluting the world. We are destroying the water. We have many rivers in our country. But unfortunately, many rivers, water is wasted. Water is not drinkable, and then there is so many wastes in there. And who created? We people, lost our water, the beauty of the water and natural beauty of the water. But now the government is trying to preserve the water, because Allah the Almighty has blessed us with the water. And there is what Hadith said, if you are beside the water ocean, you should not waste water. You have used water, but you should not waste water. We are consuming food, we are wasting food. There are many foods in the world, but we are throwing the food in the street. But there are many people in the world starving for food. But we have to distribute in the world. You are growing apple, but we are not growing apple. But if you say, no, we don't want to share the apple. But we are growing mango. We are growing other fruits. Okay, brother, okay, you can grow apple, we'll share your apple. We'll grow mango, we'll share mango. This way we can distribute. And we can make the world peaceful.
Yes.
And we can share our knowledge. We can make the world peaceful. And we can share our resources. We can share everything to them, because there is a Holy Quran. Allah the Almighty said, وَفِي أَمْوَالِهِمْ حَقٌّ لِلسَّائِلِ وَالْمَحْرُومِ, that Allah the Almighty has given the wealth to the rich people to test him or her. Giving wealth is testing. And some people who are poor, they are also tested by not giving wealth. How much you are keeping passions. If you do not keep patience, you cannot win. And then the people, rich people who have been given wealth, he is also testing you, that how much you are misusing or using your wealth. Allah the Almighty is giving you power. How much you are misusing the power, and how are you doing the justice with the people? That Allah the Almighty will, just Allah the Almighty will give it the dignity in the day of judgment on the basis of taqwa. It's called Inna akramakum indallahi taqwakum. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. That Allah the Almighty will evaluate you in the day of judgment to give you the reward on the basis of level of taqwa. How much you oblige to Him for every actions, not your beauty, not your strength, not your money. So, all the people in the world, if you can share our wealth, if you can understand our culture, if you respect each other, because Allah the Almighty has created an American, an African, an Australian. Every people Allah the Almighty created, and they might have different culture. So we have to respect their culture. We have to understand. If you think, oh, he is bad, he is a Norwegian, he is American, he is so bad. No, you should not say this. This is his culture or her culture. So you have to respect. You can tell, okay, this is my culture. If you love it, you can follow it. You can harm other people. Okay, here you will punching some other people, it's not right. You can tell her. You can give them dawah. You can invite them. This is my culture. You Pakistani invited me in here, and I'm here. I am shared the story about the family culture, and you loved it. Okay, this is the culture. We have lot of stereotype among each other, Bangladesh and Pakistan. But when you access to each other, when you go to each other, then this stereotype will remove, and we can build a peaceful world. We can live very peacefully in the world. We can share each other knowledge, wealth, goods, whatever Allah the Almighty has there, give us. We can share each other, and we can save the world. We can live this peaceful world peacefully. Thank you very much to inviting me. That's all.
So, as you all are going to be the keynote speakers in our upcoming conference, I would like to have a few words on this conference from each one of you. And I will start with you, Dr. Evelin.
Thank you so much. I have a message to everyone. Be more proud of your heritage. As I said before, you have a long cultural heritage, and again, I want to emphasize non-dualism, which is specific to this region here. And this makes you a wealthy country or a wealthy region in the world. And then I want to encourage you to be more ambitious, globally also. Do you know, I ask everyone, do you know Begum Ikramullah, a Palestinian woman who worked together with Eleanor Roosevelt on drafting the Human Rights Declaration? She was working globally, and I really try to encourage everyone from this region here to think globally and to follow in her footsteps. Be more ambitious. There is one joke that I would like to end with my contribution. When I came to Lahore a few days ago, there was a medical doctor from Lahore who works internationally, and he knows the dark and bright sides of the West and the rest. And he said, please tell everyone the following joke. Okay? There is a white man running. And many brown men are following, women and men are following, running. Imagine this, the white man, and then running more and more. And then one moment comes and he stops, the white man stops and turns towards the others following him. And he says, why are you following me? This is the West and why are you following me? And they said, yeah, you are a white person. You know, white people know where to go. We follow you because you know where to go. And then he said, you know what? Why I'm running? I am running because I am lost. So what is the message? Stop following somebody who is lost. Please. Yes.
Dr. Beate.
Yes. So my thoughts about the conference starting tomorrow. I'm very excited that you have organized this, and I'm so grateful for you to invite me. It's a very timely, I must say, conference. And coming here, I appreciate even more the different effects of climate change in Pakistan.
Yes.
I knew about the floods. I knew about the heat. I had no idea of the smog. So this is very striking,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I know it's also compounded by climate change. So
Yes.
there is an interconnected web of effects that tell us something is wrong with
Yes.
this planet, and it's very visible here. And it's time for us to really think deeply how we can use all our knowledge
Yes.
to learn together how to improve our existence, how to really increase the health of the people, because this is affecting health and it is affecting international conflict. Dr. Azad
Yes.
is studying peace and conflict, and the diminishing resources because of climate change lead to more conflicts, lead to clashes between and within countries. And all of these are huge challenges where I don't think psychology has the answer, but I think we have an important role to play along with other disciplines
Definitely.
in finding solutions and making them work, and thinking systemically about. We see how the system now is falling apart because things like domino stones
Yes.
are falling down. But this also means that when we find points where we can start the healing process, this can also cascade through the system and actually bring a lasting change. And I think this global work, the global understanding, our global connectedness is important, but also the local work that I talked about yesterday. So, I hope we can start this conversation tomorrow, and I'm very much looking forward to learning so much from all of the experts here working on this and having their vision of how we can walk the walk together.
Thank you so much, Dr. Beate. Dr. Azad, I would like to have your views on it.
So Alhamdulillah, it is a part of conference. Today we had a pre-conference seminar. Just I presented a paper on Islamic teachings on family life and the role to strengthen mental health, insights from Bangladesh. So many students participated in there, also faculty members.
That's great.
And that was great, Alhamdulillah. I'm happy that that was very participatory, and student, hopefully they enjoy the program. So I got the feedback also. And for the next couple of days, inshallah, we'll have seminar, Dignilogue, and other view exchange, and to know from the different expertise coming from the different corner of the world. Inshallah, we'll know. And I have, as a keynote speaker in a session where I'll be discussing about the healing the mind and restoring the earth and Islamic perspective on mental health, human dignity, and environmental balance. So actually my point of view, we need to work together. We should forget who is coming from the where. We need to work for the world. We should work for the environment. We should work for the humanity. We should work for the nature, to preserve the nature for the future generation. We are always thinking about sustainable development, but the works we are doing is not sustainable. So the words we are saying and what we are doing is sometimes a contrast. So we have to think that what we are doing, what we are saying. So let's work together, let's hands together, and make the world peaceful and livable for the next community, next coming generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us here in this TV show. And I would like to welcome you all here in Pakistan and to the UCP family as well. So this was the end of our interactive session, and we are going to have an international conference tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. So we got quite insightful words from all of our guests and how we can work together for human dignity and mental health and mitigating the climate changes. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.